Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jim from Team Whirlwind and today I'm coming at you with my second place at local security force deck. Now one thing I'd like to admit before we begin is yes, this did come second place at a locals. However, it was semi-casual night. So I played against Raid Raptors, Red Resonators, Dark Magician, and an Invoked Mech Knight was the final. Losing to the Invoked Mech Knight because he happened to have triple Alistair in hand. And he just used all three to punch over something for game. But we will get into the deck profile. So for monsters, we're playing 3 Security Force Rapper. We're playing 3 Tina and 3 Gravito. We're also playing 3 copies of Edge Razor. So all of these ones all do something massively different from each other, but all are necessary for the deck to go around. So Razor, when it is summoned, special summons a security force from the hand. And your opponent cannot summon link 3 or higher link monsters. Gravito, when it is summoned it adds a security force card from deck to hand, and anything that is leaves the field in the same column as a security force monster gets banished instead. Tina is my personal favourite. When she's special summoned, she special summons a security force monster from your banished back to your field, and anything in the same column as a security force card loses 600 attack. And then we have Rapper, who is the main engine of the deck. He just makes everything work. You can banish a security force card from your hand and return it from the field to the hand, and it special summons a security force monster from your deck. So your bread and butter opening combo is normal Rapper, banish the Gravito to bounce back the Rapper. You'll summon Tina, which will then special summon back the Gravito, and Gravito can add you any security force card in the deck to hand. So that's it for 3 ofs and the reasons why we're playing them. We're then playing 2 copies of Security Force Dog Tag. I play this at 2 because it's a free body that summons during our opponent's turn, and during our turn it negates the effects of any monster in the same column as a security force. So it just enables us to play through things quite well. And then the last security force monster will be Security Force Aurifist. This essentially turns anything in the same column as a security force monster. When it activates its effect, you can banish a security force from the hand and essentially ghost ogre it. It's at 1 because it's just the worst. And then the last monsters are 2 Ash and 2 Ghost Ogre. I find this hand trap lineup is fine. On to spells, we're playing 3 Security Force Brigade Head. This card adds you a Security Force monster from deck to hand, and once per turn, a Security Force monster cannot be destroyed by battle in the same column as a monster. Then we play 3 Showdown. This is one of the best cards in the deck. It special summons a Security Force from your hand in defense position, or you can add one that is in your graveyard back to your hand. For other spells, we're playing 2 Pot of Extravagance. I've seriously considered putting this up to 3. As you'll see when we get to the extra deck later, it's really lacking because the only thing I've summoned in any match today is 1 single copy of Security Force Justify. Then we're playing 1 copy of Mystic Mine because occasionally we do just need to chuck this down and stall out for a few turns. 1 Terraforming to get to our Mystic Mine and our field spell. And then the last spell in here is Scapegoat. I like Scapegoat as a personal tech choice just because we don't do anything with our extra deck, ever. So using Scapegoat to go into a big link monster just to go for game Something along those lines is just always amazing. Then for traps, we're playing 3 Security Force Chase and 2 Specimen. So Chase is amazing. It targets cards, face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Security Force monsters you control and returns them to the hand. So if, like we had earlier, we had that combo where you banish the summon Rapper to get your Gravito, and you end with your Gravito and your Tina on the field. This will always be searching the trap card, because then you have a free bounce for 2, and you can banish this from the graveyard to pay the cost for a Security Force monster effect. So you next turn, that Rapper, when you normal summon it, you don't have to lose any hand advantage to be able to recur something. And Specimen is essentially, it's just Monster Reborn for the deck, but it comes back from either banished or the graveyard, so you're getting advantage over this card no matter where it is. And then we play the bread and butter card. We play There Can Only Be One, and we play 3 copies of it. This card, our deck does not care. We play one of everything on the field is our end goal, and it just stalls out against so many decks and allows us to come in for the big heavy hitters and just end the game without our opponent getting a chance to fight back. The last card in the deck is Double Solemn Strike. Just being able to negate things, set up, being able to stop hand traps and summons of important monsters is just amazing. I'm really happy with the main deck. I definitely agree there are places where this could be improved upon. I absolutely do. I think both the Ghost Ogres should come out, another Ash should go in, and I should probably find places for Infinite Impermanence here. But as far as this goes, if you want a budget-friendly deck to pick up, I mean, all of this is dirt cheap. I think I picked the entire deck up, Extravagance is excluded, for like £18 or something like that. It is ridiculously cheap. And then the extra deck, again, it can be whatever you want it to be because it is so flexible. We play 3 Justify, just because it's actually got a really good effect. A quick effect negate, and then it moves something that it negates into a zone that it points to, and then once per turn you can destroy everything that it points to. And a Jama Kinging your field, your opponent's field, sometimes is just enough. Honestly, this card is really good, and it's the only thing in the extra deck that was summoned all day. The rest of the extra deck is a Clara and Rushka. This is in here because a lot of people at my locals were playing decks, or are normally playing decks, that chuck Secret Village of the Spellcasters up, and it's a Spellcaster in main phase 2. Then I've got a Link Garibo, a Link Kuribo, a Mrs. Radiant, an Ib, the World Chalice Priestess, a Nightmare Phoenix, a Nightmare Cerberus. Then we got an Unchained Abomination, which admittedly tonight was a access code talker, but I had to return that to my friend, so we're back to Abomination, and a Borreload. And then the last 3 cards in here are a Heartland Draco, a number 41, and a Constellar Pallades. So, thank you everyone for watching. Please leave a like and a comment down below. If you have any suggestions on how I could improve the deck, or any other decks that you would like to see in the future, please drop them down below and I'll do my very best to get back to you. As always, have a good time. Peace out.